So you want to become an actor. In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 steps to go from zero experience to booking your first acting gig. I'm Lieben, and I've had the privilege of working as an actress in films shot right here in my home province of Alberta, to the beautiful coast of Vancouver, British Columbia, the mountains in Colorado. I've even been flown to a palace in Croatia, Europe, and paid to do what I love. But just a few short years ago, I knew nothing about the film industry. I didn't even know that you could work in movies unless you were born into Hollywood. But I've since discovered that working as an actor in film and television is not just a pipe dream for the lucky few, it's actually a viable business. See, anyone can start acting with no experience. Now, I'm not going to waste any more time talking about myself. You can just go ahead and Google my name if you want to see more of my acting work. But let's jump in right now to the 10 steps that you can take to embark on your own adventures as an actor. So if you're ready for this and you're excited, click that like button on this video and let's jump in.
Rolling.
Camera's rolling. Mark.
Scene 42B, take one.
Action.
Learn the industry. Now, it's called show business for a reason, because it is a business, because underneath all the Hollywood glitz, glam, and movie magic, the film industry really is a real business run by real people, like you and me. So learning the industry will really help you to step in like a true professional and just skip over that amateur phase that so many starstruck actors come in with. A couple great places to learn for free are the Backstage blog and the Inside Acting podcast. Hone your craft. Would you hire a plumber with no experience? I don't think so. Would you hire a lawyer who's never won a case? Look, acting actually is a profession, and it's a lot harder than you might think it is. So definitely take this seriously and take some classes, read some books, learn some techniques, find what works for you, and really commit to becoming a master of your craft. Two of my favorite books to help you get started are How to Stop Acting by Harold Guskin and Audition by Michael Shurtleff. Love these books. I've read them so many times. But you know what? Reading a book is not really enough, and I highly recommend that you work with a coach. And that doesn't necessarily mean going to film school. Like, some people just can't afford that. I know I sure couldn't. I actually also lived in a place where there was no film school. So the way that I started was weekend workshops. Occasionally a coach would fly in from LA or from Toronto or Vancouver, and I would take a workshop over the weekend. You can also sometimes find a place that has weekly classes. That wasn't available where I started, but if you can find weekly classes, that's even better. There are several excellent coaches to learn from. The coach that I have worked the most with and learned the most from is Neil Shell, and he actually is doing online classes right now so that you can work with him from anywhere in the world. Check the video description. I will leave a link there to his classes so you can go and get access to my coach. Become the CEO of You Incorporated. Look, most of us get into acting because we love acting, but as a professional working actor, you actually have two hats to wear. You've got your artist hat and you've got your CEO hat. So when you are working on set, when you've got that acting job, you can show up and just do your artist thing. But offset, which is a lot of the time, you are responsible for marketing and managing your acting business. Think of yourself as an actorpreneur. Now, a lot of new actors think that they can just get an agent and manager and then they'll just miraculously have jobs pouring in. I'm sorry to pop your bubble, but that's not really how this works at all. See, an agent or manager will typically get a cut of whatever you make, usually between 10 to 15%, so they really only get to do 10 to 15% of the work. The rest is up to you. You are the boss, which means that you are the one responsible for your own success. Got it? Refine your product. In order to sell your product, you've got to know your product. And you see, casting directors are not actually looking for actors, they're looking for characters. So you can actually increase your chances of being booked for roles if you can find your sweet spot. Find that place, that kind of character that you play better than anyone else, the kind of character that you can go for again and again. Yes, typecasting can actually be your friend. It's always talked about in such a negative light, but if you look at a lot of your favorite actors, you'll find that they play the same roles over and over again. Now, some of them do break out of a typecast later on when their careers are more established. Johnny Depp is an excellent example of this. See, he plays, well, everything, right? But when he first started out, when he was in his teen years, he was actually typecast as like the teenage heartthrob. He made a conscious decision when his career started to pick up speed that he was going to start turning down those roles and going for like the quirky, weird stuff that he wanted to play, even though those roles at the time paid way less. You can actually learn a lot about yourself as an actor by watching your favorite actors and discovering what it is about them that you love so much. And now I'm super curious, so be sure to leave a comment and let us all know, who is your favorite actor? Capture your acting headshot. Now, a headshot is an 8x10 photograph of your face, which should be more than just a portrait. The purpose of it really is a tool to market yourself, to market the characters that you're going for, and to get you in the door for auditions that are going to be the perfect fit for the kind of characters that you can play. Most actors will have two headshots. There's a happier one for commercial auditions and a more dramatic one for film and television auditions. Create your acting resume. Now, an acting resume is very different than a typical job resume, so you should actually Google acting resume to see the kind of templates that you're going to make yours in. An acting resume has to fit onto one page. Good luck! You will take your acting headshot and resume with you into every audition stapled back to back, like this. Build a professional website. In today's day and age, no business is really seen as legitimate unless it has a website. And remember, acting is a business. Now, luckily, there are some great platforms available where you can actually, it makes it very simple to create a beautiful website, even for the most technically challenged individuals. I'll leave a link to the website builder that I like to use best in the description of this video, so check down below. It's super easy to set up and make it look how you want it to look. It's got some beautiful templates, plus, best of all, it's free to get started, and then you can just upgrade it later on when your acting business is actually making some money. Get experience. Now, if you were hoping to just start acting today and then star in the Disney Channel tomorrow, I'm really sorry, that is not at all how this business works. So when you start out, you really want to go for the low-hanging fruit. So that's the stuff that's easy to grab, right? So the volunteer gigs, the student films, the one-liner roles, like that waitress that walks in and says, "Oh, can I refill your coffee?" Refills the coffee, walks back out, and you never see again for the rest of the movie. That's the kind of thing you're likely going to be starting with. Almost everyone does. Listen, I know you're dying to reach out to the casting directors of your favorite TV series and favorite movies, but if you throw yourself out there too soon, before you're really experienced, before you are confident, before you have built some skills, before you know what you have to offer, you are really risking ruining your reputation, and it's going to be much harder to ever get back in the door to audition for that casting director later on when your skills improve, because they'll remember you as that amateur that came in once and blew it, right? So just trust me on this one, okay? Take some classes, build your skills, practice, 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 have some fun with this, get some credits on your resume, and then the time will come when you are ready to actually reach out and pitch these casting directors on what you have to offer. If you're in this for the right reasons, that you truly love to act, then these little things, these little short films that no one's ever gonna see, even those will be a ton of fun. So just enjoy the process, all right? Use these experiences to help build your craft, help to practice your audition skills, and help you to really learn what you have to offer as an actor and how to do your thing the best. Trust me, I actually felt much better about volunteering in the beginning when I had some more challenging roles to play. I felt like because they weren't paying me, I didn't have to get it perfect anyway, so I can just practice, I can try things, I can take risks, and if I fail, at least they're not paying me. So there's actually a lot of freedom in doing some volunteer stuff first. You can build your skills, and then you're really going to be ready when your opportunities start to come to actually audition for your bigger movies and your favorite TV series. Find auditions. Now, you want to look for your local film school, or if you don't have a film school, you may have a college or university that has a film program. Reach out to them and just volunteer to come and audition for their projects, come and help them with their films. And you can also find some independent casting calls as well that you don't need an agent for. Cast Caller is one very popular website that independent producers will post casting calls on, and there's a few more that I'm gonna just leave you some links in the description of this video, so be sure to check those out. Believe it or not, I've found a lot of my work on Facebook groups. So you can actually look up a Facebook group in your area. So for example, Chicago casting calls, or LA auditions, or Colorado actors, whatever your home city is or whatever the closest city is, give this a try and try to find some Facebook groups that you can get involved with in the film industry. Partner with a talent agency. The reason I save this step for last is because you really don't need an agent to start getting work. See, there's this misconception that in order to get work, you need to have an agent, but the opposite is also true. In order to find an agent, you need to have work. You see, talent agents don't represent people who want to be actors. They represent professional actors. So when you build a body of work and you get to know your craft and you get good at what you do, then it's time to start reaching out to these professionals and offering them your services so that they can help you get in the door for bigger roles. A legitimate talent agent will never charge you an upfront fee to represent you, okay? They're only going to take 10 to 15% of whatever money you have made. So please don't fall for those scams that promise you fame and fortune and leave you broke, okay? There's a lot of them out there. Don't do it. And those are the 10 steps, my friend. I hope that you found this really helpful. If you are ready and excited to get started, I'd love to help you begin your acting journey. I've created an online course called Ready for Action to walk you step by step through the entire process of building your own acting business plan to go from zero experience to working professionally as an actor. Now feel free to leave a comment on this video if you have any questions. Be sure to like this video if you found it really helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for ongoing inspiration, a little slam poetry, some short films, and just to stay in touch. I'm excited to hear about where your acting adventures take you.